Hi everyone, my name is Emily Terpak and I am a realtor in Philadelphia and the surrounding suburbs in Pennsylvania and South Jersey. In this video, I'm going to give you a rough idea of the different neighborhoods throughout Philadelphia. So they really each have their own vibe, which is both exciting and intimidating if you're not from the area. So your biggest question is probably, well, which neighborhood best suits me? That's why I'm going to touch upon a few different areas across the city so that you can get an idea of what it would be like to live in North Philly or South Philly or West Philly or Northwest Philly. So keep watching to find out what neighborhood speaks to you. So let's start in North Philly. When I think North Philly, I think Fishtown, Old Kensington, Northern Liberties, which all border one another. And then there's Fairmount. The Fishtown area blew up over a decade ago and the growth hasn't stopped since. One of the reasons why Fishtown has gotten so much attention is because of the restaurants and shops that have opened up in the area. Some people have actually deemed it to be the Brooklyn of Philly. So Fishtown, Old Kensington, and Northern Liberties are made up of traditional row homes, new construction developments, and old warehouses that have been converted into condos. In this area, there is always something to do, whether it's a street festival, a pop-up, a restaurant opening, an art exhibit, there is no shortage of activities. And because Fishtown has been written up in publications such as Forbes magazine, Time Out, Condé Nast, it has caught the attention of other people who aren't from the area. So it's actually not uncommon that some of your neighbors might be from Manhattan, Austin, Colorado, or San Fran. So if you move to this area from out of state, you most certainly will not be a fish out of water. No pun intended. And this cluster of neighborhoods sit along 95. So if you need to commute to north of the city or New Jersey or Delaware, this would actually be an ideal location for you. Now we're going to touch upon Fairmount, which is a neighborhood that is also located in North Philly, but on the west side of Broad Street. So Fairmount is known for its tree-lined streets and its easy access to the Art Museum and Kelly Drive, where you can run, bike, and rollerblade your way down. You're also near Boathouse Row, which backs up to the Schuylkill River, where you can kayak and enjoy the beauty of Philadelphia. This neighborhood is also right off Route 76. So if you need to commute to the Pennsylvania suburbs or any place further west, this might just be the perfect spot. Or if you work in Center City, you can get there in 25 minutes on foot. And it's actually a pretty pleasant walk. I've done it myself. And this area tends to attract a lot of families or people who are looking for a quieter life, but still want the center of the city in their back pocket. What's nice about this area is there is a Target, a Whole Foods, and a Giant. So in my opinion, you could live here comfortably without a car. Now let's head to South Philly. Here, I really want to focus on three areas: Bella Vista / Queen Village, and then even further south where we'll talk about South Philly on the west side of Broad and the east side of Broad Street and what those differences are. Bella Vista and Queen Village. This area is from Front Street to Broad Street and from South Street to Washington Ave. Bella Vista is also known as the Italian Market. This primarily runs along 9th Street where you'll find local butcher shops and fresh fruit and vegetable stands. This is home to a ton of great restaurants. You could also honestly go to a new restaurant every day if you wanted to. And then Queen Village is a little bit more residential, but still has a few top restaurants as well. One thing that's nice about these two neighborhoods is that they both have a good amount of houses with garage parking. So if you are dead set on having a car and you'd rather not park on the street, then this area could be worth looking into. Queen Village is also home to a lot of historic properties that are required to maintain their original exterior. And if you're not looking for a large home, there are quite a few amount of trinities in both Queen Village and Bella Vista. They're typically 2-bedroom, 1-bath homes that are 1,000 square feet or less and have these iconic wood Trinity spiral stairs on each floor. Further south, you have neighborhoods such as Point Breeze, which is on the west side of Broad Street, and Passyunk Square and Pennsport, which are located on the east side of Broad Street. So Point Breeze is an area that started to really gain steam in 2010. It ended up attracting a lot of developers who built both brand new construction and completely rehabbed homes as well. So if you find yourself wanting a more modern house with all the top of the line finishes, Point Breeze should probably be on your list. And that's because you'll get the most for your money in this neighborhood. Restaurant-wise, Point Breeze has come a long way, although I find everything to be more spaced out. It's not like Fishtown where a lot of the restaurants are clustered together on one street. So you could be 1 block from a great spot, but then the next restaurant might be another 5 to 6 blocks away. Therefore, if you don't mind walking or biking a bit, this neighborhood could definitely check off all your other boxes. On the east side of Broad, you have Passyunk Square and Pennsport. So Passyunk Square is similar to Fishtown in how much there is to do. And you'll find most of the commercial spaces are on Passyunk Ave, which runs diagonally through the neighborhood. South Philly is known for its festivals, and Passyunk Square tends to be the location for quite a few throughout the year. You are also walking distance to the Broad Street line. So if you want to be part of the Philly sports scene, you can be down by the stadiums in just a few minutes. Now let's talk about the types of houses you'll find in Passyunk Square. While there is some new construction throughout the city, you're not going to find much of it in Passyunk Square. Instead, you're going to find traditional row homes with a ton of original character. Think eye-catching wooden front doors, vestibules oozing with detail, glass doorknobs throughout, and vintage child bathrooms. And if you're looking for a project, look no further than the grandma homes in this neighborhood. They're usually well maintained, but just a little outdated, yet absolutely perfect at the same time. Continue east of Passyunk Square to find Pennsport. This is actually the neighborhood I live in. And when I think of Pennsport, I think OG. And what I mean by that is how many people grew up here and still live here decades later, which I think is a testament to the neighborhood itself. But it's not uncommon for residents to have multiple family members live nearby. In addition to that, Pennsport has great cafes and new restaurants that have popped up over time. And this area has a lot of free parking, which is super convenient, whether you're coming home at rush hour or in the middle of the night. You're also conveniently located near a lot of big box stores. Think Target, Acme, IKEA, Lowe's, Home Depot, Home Goods, Planet Fitness, Chipotle, Chick-fil-A, Wawa, Giant, and so much more. It's also really easy to get into New Jersey from this area of South Philly. Or you can hop on 76 to get to the west side of the city in just a few minutes. Speaking of West Philly, let's head there next. I heard someone coin West Philly as Professorville, which isn't too far off. And that's because Drexel and UPenn are located in this area. The houses in West Philly are like none other in the city. If you're looking for a large home, I'm talking 4,000 plus square feet, look no further than West Philly. These large Victorian homes can sometimes have as many as 8 full-size bedrooms. Don't worry, you can also find 2, 3, and 4 bedroom houses as well. And in terms of restaurants and shops, things are more spaced out in West Philly, which in a way is kind of suits it. People like West Philly because it doesn't feel like you're on top of other people. There's simply more breathing room there. And you also have access to Clark Park, which is a wonderful place to picnic or play frisbee or flag football. In fact, a lot of West Philly feels just like that, one big park. Now we're going to go more north to talk about Mount Airy and Chestnut Hill. I always say that Mount Airy is 3/4 of the way to the suburbs and Chestnut Hill is 7/8. See, your mailing address is Philadelphia, but the more you look around, the more you're not going to feel like you're in the city anymore. And I mean that in a good way. While a lot of the city is chock full of row homes, this area has a lot of single family homes as well. So if space is what you crave, these two neighborhoods are 100% worth checking out. Now, you'll definitely want a car if you live in either neighborhood. Now, of course, you could do without a car, sure, you can say that about anywhere, but I think you'll find it more difficult. In terms of restaurants and shops, you'll find most of these located along Germantown Ave, which runs through both neighborhoods. And there are a lot of long-term residents in this area as well. And finally, the best part about the city is how close everything is, especially by car. So if you're undecided between a few different neighborhoods, just know that you can be there in no time flat. Philly is very accessible, which is one of the many things that I love about this city. Thanks for watching. Be sure to tap that like button and click here to subscribe. And for more videos, click here and here.